The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Do you want to know what it is? You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Let's show you the glitch.
Hey, respect to the subscriber, them people. We know say we a few days now. But here we go on.
2 week people.
Alright, we here we go on now. We did the pan a notice we outfit down.
Yeah man. Serious.
We did the pan a mission in the Matrix and here one you can't just left in anytime, you know.
Yeah.
I forget one phone call.
Yeah man.
Yeah, see it so.
And the phone call message often say cooperate or slaughter.
Slaughter.
You see me I say, unless you plan for hide your face. We not hide for face as good as.
You know, if you're trying to love hide for him face.
Yeah, but yeah, we are get there, well.
We take this off of my face. Hey, Sir P. I hear me as a.
Yo, listen to the man. Sir P video them people. I'm not talking about mix up video them. I'm talking about the real informative video them. I'm not talking about the bad man video them need. I could care less about them there. You see me I say, yeah, but that's a part of the problem too. But Sir P real video them where man show your classism.
Sir P I want video about George Soros, man.
About George Soros. The same thing.
Every Jamaican watch that video there.
Them they sit there. You see them the video there and that makes Sir P not showing face. I don't know no bad man when did I talk about or nothing like that. No.
You know Matrix I know that any idea?
Most powerful force in the universe.
See if I go take the red pill there. You have to know what you do.
Yeah man. So watch out people with a full declaration. Since you have to jump in at the party of the Matrix, me no suicidal, my life good. I told you.
Hey, when I hear me?
Me
never see them write a suicide note.
Yeah, yeah, me I say, yeah man, look at me here, you will see hope. I tell you.
Hope there.
You can't look at my life, but look at me here, you will see hope. Brother, never see them write a suicide note.
We know why we are doing it, you know. We don't want AI video already, and nothing on even see it.
That
because YouTube decides to watch channel we are fling that one so.
Yeah man, think that. No if nor buts or maybe. But here we go on. If you don't believe we, you're still in a Matrix. Come, I could take you out of it.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was. Look again.
Oh, go on Jamaica. Welcome back. I Badcast. You don't know a thing set. Only show where can tell you how you live in a Matrix while you're still in a KFC line.
I'm there to you know people. Life on the wheelchair. Still a dodge bullet like Neo.
Yo, Keanu Reeves them. Yeah, man. Except them a man a bullet name. JPS Bill.
Yeah, you know a JPS Bill. On flow.
On flow Bill. You see what I say? But, with all seriousness, make we get into it. We'll show you why Matrix in a Jamaica. You see what I say? We'll try to make this short and spicy for you. Alright.
So we are going to identify the Matrix. I don't know can give you no pointers to help identify the Matrix. See? When you hear what points so we are go along with, we can help identify it for yourself. And since I'm Matrix, we are there now.
First of all, let me explain why Matrix. See? The Matrix basically is a system of control where no one person but a web of economic and political and social programming go on. You understand? So in a layman terms, just imagine say Jamaica are one big sound. But you're not a DJ, you know. You're just a man where turn up over there so take in the music. You see what I say? You can dance, you know, and you can sing to your song them, you know. But the playlist already decide. Yeah, from up selector to the man with the back a promoter and then people there and the man will give promoter money. You see what I say? And Smokey, you can tell them, say, whole if a time the selector just a play be a foolishness.
Yeah, man, be a foolish
But
man.
you're there dance.
In done plan, I see if you no disbelieve. All who got dance long time. Remember, say Vegas have one of the biggest song we usually play when the dance are done. The selector one tell them to go on the yard. Everybody start take for yourself. Follow the rhythm and take for yourself.
But you
Yeah,
still
yeah,
there in
brother.
that dance. Yeah, man. Me I tell you, boy, when the selector play foolishness, I did it. So
Yeah, they said we.
I saw a Matrix there. You just did it for enjoy, if you live in a mix. You don't have no control. You feel like you have control, but you don't really have none. I'm sure you how it go. Cause it start from plantation days. I give you one. I could call the section the segment blueprint of the Matrix. See?
As I talk about the Matrix, and say if you identify a whole heap of ways I will know that. But just to give a pointer, saying, because remember one video I see what they with one cat a ball. Say she in a debt right now, and she a program say she in a debt for the rest of her life.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, like, I owe more than what I started off with. What the fuck? So, Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool fucking time to Venmo me, bro. Like, I owe $90,000, and I didn't even spend that much on school. Like, any rich person, please tap in. Like, Kourtney Kardashian, like, you probably have 8 houses. I'm never gonna be able to buy one because I went to college. I just signed up to be an egg donor. Guess what? Got approved. Who wants my fucking kids? I can't afford them, so start a bidding more. Just fucking take them. What do you want? My left arm too? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm gonna be in debt for my whole fucking life. How does that even make sense? I signed up for this shit when I was 17. Like, this should not be legal, bro. I got upset about it at work, and my coworker was like, don't you have, like, a rich relative who can pay that for you? No! My family's poor! Like, no!
You see me I say? So, the plantation thing what we are talking about, what me and you chat about, saying, I would have liked it the same way, but you know, they have for black people no more, you know. Because the plantation thing cannot survive and we alone. Why? You find too much of we are taking red pill now.
What do you mean when you say plantation thing?
It's the people that control the matrix.
Yeah.
Right? For them, still get the benefit of it.
Yeah.
When the benefit could have worked with we alone as black people, you know, back then, you know.
Yeah.
It's if them get the benefit of it now, we have to involve all of society.
Everybody.
Everybody.
So it's a bigger...
It's a bigger...
So me explain to
So a
somebody
black
what
man
they
can't they and tell himself say
Exactly.
we alone in a matrix. No.
If black, the whole reason why, because I say to somebody what there, there's a next theory more and going on one idea, they may show power black people. So me I say, but when me I say is, me tell myself say, I black people make them create a matrix.
Yeah,
and
man.
guess what now? Why everybody else in a matrix like you had to erase them is because if they did single out black people, we would have figured out something, unite and rise up long time. Zane, but guess what now? The most effective way to trick your enemy is to trick your friend. So if they trick everybody, nobody won't know who this thing is really about. You get what I say? But with that being said, make we get in it. Colonial control I first matrix. Like we hear boss here say plantation. See? Alright, historical setup. Who remember Christmas rebellion? If you know, alright. If they tell you about it, they call it Baptist War. You see me, I think Sam Sharp. December 25th, 1831. Hold on.
They say blueprint and matrix come from.
Yeah, man.
And
It's
if the
supposed
Bible,
to
you know.
Yeah, 1831. December 25th, them a war fan. December 25th to January 1832. Zine? So what you know? A Sam Sharp lead out the rebellion there. Zine? It was a calculated and general strike disguised as a rebellion. So Sharp organized secret swearing rituals and coordinated plans across plantations to stop working and demand freedom or wage. You get what I say? Effectively waking people from a dream that slavery was unchangeable. And you have facts of these things where you can go research. You see me I say?
In 1831, Sharp formulated a plan to object to the grievances of the enslaved Jamaicans. He felt that passive resistance was the best way to move forward and suggested that all enslaved people should refuse to continue to work from Christmas Day onward unless the estate owners and managers accepted their terms of better treatment and the consideration of their freedom. The group of would-be rebels was led by Sam Sharp, who had become a leader of the Black Baptists in Montego Bay. Sharp was instrumental in the start of the Baptist War and was the reason it was later given this moniker. Within the communities of enslaved people in Jamaica, religious meetings became a forum for expressing political thoughts since they were the only organized activities that slaves were allowed to engage in.
So what you know, the rebellion mobilized up to 60,000 out of Jamaica 300,000 enslaved. Then, ultimately they get crushed still now because over 200 slaves they killed in action and 300 more executed afterward, included Sam Sharp himself, you know. But what come out of it? The brutality shocked the British public. So, guess what? Then free up slavery in a 2-year time. So what you know? Make me give you a matrix analogy. The plantation system and then just physical chain and the mental control.
Rather than seeking full emancipation, Sharp felt that he had a better chance at simply improving the conditions of the enslaved people and that this would be the first step toward greater freedom. The idea originated in Sharp's parish of Montego Bay, but the minister's intelligent and peaceful demeanor meant that he had earned limited freedom to move around the island. Sharp used this freedom and the cover that the lead-up to Christmas allowed him to move around the island to discuss the plans of revolt after regular prayer meetings. News of the plan soon spread throughout the enslaved communities in St. James, Trelawney, Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, and Manchester.
Sharp Network, Sam Sharp Network, using missionary cover and religious meetings was the first red pill awakening. So you awake mass, like consciousness across 70 miles. You see me I say? And recruit. So the uprising showed that the real prison wasn't just physical chains, but they believed that freedom not even possible.
Sharp had a select group of leaders swear on the Bible that they would follow the plan that he had outlined. They were mainly literate enslaved people like himself. As word got around, some of the planners learned of the plan and felt the need to subdue any rebellious sentiments quickly. They rapidly mobilized the military and stationed warships in Montego Bay and Black River with their guns pointed at the towns. Although Sharp went ahead with his plan on Christmas Day, the planners refused to give in to the demands. On December 27, 1831, enslaved people set fire to the Kensington Estate Great House near Montego Bay. Soon, other fires broke out as sugarcane fields were set alight. It was clear the rebellion was not going to be peaceful or easily quelled.
300 slaves that, you know,
Yeah.
before Sam Sharp, you know, bro, go rise up. I remember it's like the quote there from Harriet Tubman where she ever say, yo, me see one of we comment,
Yeah, man.
somebody comment it on one of our video, them one idea where I say, yo, at the one line there from Harriet Tubman, pick up yourself. You see me? But yeah, she said she free 1,000 slaves.
And she
And
could
she
have
coulda
free a
free
lot more.
1,000
If
more.
only then he knows that them are slave.
You see me? So it's a mental thing. Bob said emancipate yourself from mental slavery from. You don't go learn about the roots, Marcus tell you say if you know a people without knowledge of their history, so roots of their history are the last. You see what me I say? Yeah, man.
Yo, most of we have the roots of our issue because watch this. Right now, if you ask most Jamaicans, real Jamaicans say, yeah, watch out. If we was to get reparation, right? And one of the options is to go back to Africa. Ain't no way that in our choice.
Ooh, you don't hear me there so every day I tell you say
That
you know,
ain't our
African.
choice.
So
I mean, say that ain't our
who
choice.
is going to have a choice?
You see it. And you may say no. And you may say no. You see that start from way back, you know, when them decide say we need to get them people here.
If you forget them.
If you not accept this as home no more.
Exactly.
You see it.
Exactly.
That is not home.
Programming
people
say. So me I tell you now, simple living them the inner matrix. But what you know now, remember break it down too now, because I don't want it just look like out a thin year where I pull this. You know, just realize what me I say too now. You have some, me give you modern parallels to what me I talk about. Why chain them when they have no under now? Plantation free up evidently. See? Why change them when they have no under?
Go school for your small. That's the first one.
Education. Let me
Go
get into
school.
that.
I'm gonna be in debt for my whole fucking life because I went to college.
That's why system mess up. Now when you say a youth like Bolt, where him family, him parents them,
Mm-hmm.
been pressuring him. Because we not have to ask Bolt get pressure like me and you can grow with good parents, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Go school boy, all if you're sick, you go school boy.
Mm-hmm.
See? Bolt go school and up to a point, him get some education way. And then at the end of the day, where my do I run. Him basically can take care of if he have no matter if Bolt have 12 kids right now, he can take care of family.
I want an opportunity them there out of matrix. Talent.
Yes, one half opportunity.
Yeah, man.
Talent. Because you cannot stop talent.
You hear me? I say, they can kill you afterwards. You know, they might send a letter where say corporate or slaughter rate.
No, them
listen me now, mister. Man at top of the matrix, send me the letter. And don't send nobody for me.
About that escape it, you know, if you remember Mike Tyson, you know, remember Mike Tyson got jail and come back and put him in the
Nobody no escape.
In 2003, professional boxer and heavyweight champion Mike Tyson filed for bankruptcy with $30 million in debt, despite accumulating over $300 million during the course of his career, which poses a great question about money itself.
So Mike Tyson have to come back and take the blue pill now and ease himself.
So I could take it, you go deeper in an educational road. Then, because I did jot down something here. So, education, a continuation of global mindset, colonial mindset in a textbook form. Because picture this, the heroes them where them paint, you know, the colonials them paint, you know, them paint them as discoverers.
Yeah.
Who them there?
The main one, Christopher Columbus.
Yeah. While the African heritage
murderer
and the resistance where people them put up, them they get underplayed or omitted. It look like it's a small resistance we just fail. So it a teach we say, yo, not try that again, you know.
I saw one video what they
You see me I say?
Show with that one we show people him too.
If you find him,
see me there see it. This brother I try break down something. One black man, you know, like from Africa and come in sound like African accent. They might break it down and say Hitler killed, I think, 2 million Jews, right? And we have Hitler as the wickedest man in the world. See? The most devastated man ever lived on earth. And Christopher Columbus them. I want in one next man, you know, that's why I want to find the video. So we can, the people can go look up that and
then name one African youth where then did a try paint as one wicked man can kill how much in people.
Yes. And now but the brother I say when that man reach Africa, the amount of people the man kill for displace on tribe. I talk about complete tribe wipe off the earth. Seeing? And all know they have this man for some picture in some places when I go in there.
Yeah.
We as black people going and have look up on them same way.
Like them
Hitler kills 2 million white people. He is the most evil man that ever lived. Leopold kills 20 million Africans. He still does not appear on the list of the most wicked people that ever lived on the earth. There must be something wrong with this narrative. Totally something wrong with that narrative. It can be right by day, by night, by numbers, by mathematics, by ethnography. It cannot be right. That the whole world watches the massacre of black people and says nothing.
Economics. See? So post-independence this now. This is after independence Jamaica. We reliance on IMF loans and structural adjustment policies created a new form of slavery. Then call it debt bondage. So we owe. From we born, we hear say we owe. Or you pay off. Or you're going to pay off when you owe. No work. Work till you die.
And you get to get work. No go to school.
Dog. And listen me, man. So, it shift lay the foundation for modern change. Student loans, rent hikes,
so
gig economy.
So, I don't want to say no, just stop right, pause right this. We'll show people in layman terms, right?
Yeah.
We all in a slavery. When my parents have to work to pay them white man, then me come born and have to work to pay them white man. We not get nothing out of it, right? White man then find out say nah work, then people are rebel. Watch this now. Design a new form of slavery. We are going to just give them people about them place, them land. You know what go happen now? them have to go work same way because them want money to start in country. So we are gonna give them the money. You see, more we give them the money with interest rate and then can't pay you back.
Cannot.
So through them can't pay you back. You see, when my son, great son, born him
And
still
then
a
this a
work to pay
position
back
where
the
me a
same
put him in
debt. And you know at that point, him now go pre like, oh, we first generation we left out of slavery, you know. We reach out of independence. You see, first generation out of independence. Them might be that pre, you know. When we get the first loan, you know, say, yo, you know, I said slavery, you know. But you see, over the time, it gone. We not pre that again. We just know say we are live. Is it?
Yo, let me show you something. Zid, you can't roll up out of slavery. Like, if you not realize a system of program you. So, Sam Sharp realized that, you know, and you see what they do. The ancestors bleed because they want to show we say, yo, you can't rise. From then chain you, make you believe, as straight to your yarning, man. Me I tell you, in front of TV, everything, you just lock in.
Yeah, dog.
Lock in. A plantation mentality. The plantation name job, you know, dog. The bill, the rent, the news headline, that type plantation style. It them they chain them when they have no under now.
Enough.
See?
Enough how we would have say, why then some Sharp them never does fight slavery instead of work for make them abolish slavery and go back to land, why we just fight them for them left. A country try that. They name Haiti.
Like many other modern countries in the Western Hemisphere, Haiti comes from a long history of colonization. It was initially called Saint Domingue and spent years as a colony before a slave uprising began in 1791. Slavery on the island was tyrannical. Slave owners denied freedom to the people and believed they could abuse and even kill their slaves. The rebellion turned into a complete revolution, even though Western powers tried to quell it. And foreign powers were finally forced to surrender to Haitian independence in 1804, even if they refused to acknowledge that independence for years afterward. This was the first and only time that a slave rebellion led to a new country.
Look how they stay up till now.
That me I try to show on a brethren.
They can't go nowhere economically.
Let me show you one next set of people who fight for them thing to, you know. Although me not to rate them, you know, but it maroon them. You see what I say? And then fight, then move, and then fight for
rate
long.
them after learning the history.
Yeah.
After learning the history,
them my people ever used
them
to go,
catch we. You see when we run from the white man in front of them land,
yeah.
And run go a maroon land, the white man them can't go take away maroon them.
Yeah.
Them catch we and can't go back go give white man them. Because of that one right deal where they sign.
Yeah.
Say, so, you know, we run, we go up there, then catch we.
Lieutenant General Sir Willoughby Cotton, who commanded the British forces, summoned the Jamaican Maroons of a compound town to help suppress the rebellion. The Maroons, still living in Jamaica, had been granted their freedom and small parcels of land in 1739. A requirement of this freedom was that the towns would be assigned a white supervisor and that fighters from the Maroon towns would have to assist the colonial powers should any future slave uprisings occur. Although many Maroon factions resisted this arrangement, in 1831, they answered the call and took up arms against the enslaved black Jamaicans. The rebellion ended in January 1832. Although the war was over, hundreds of enslaved people escaped and used guerrilla tactics to continue to fight for several months. The Maroons were instructed to apprehend these runaways, but they only captured a small number.
So I don't like that still.
No, I don't like that. So that's why I don't rate them.
Them, as a set of people, then time they broke out a box. Out of mental slavery and also. I go over here so, I go over here so I shotgun them and if I boy them come over here so go them a forward few way.
Me no want we unwav.
Yeah, me I say.
People unwav.
Yeah.
So go over here so.
Yeah, man.
Don't come over
and from that they know what the people no listen to me, no go take up no gun, me not try tell you no. So if you go fight no matrix like on a neo. You hear me I say? That's a telling you so up on the brain. I like what the dog say. All the thing we are provide are information we not tell you.
Alright, so the ways how we are gonna tell you to fight back. You see it? I fight back in ways like I see like we would have look upon and say a man like Trump a fight back.
And that's why we Trump.
You know hear Trump directly tell the American public say the way how them say him avoid taxes is a loophole. Is a loophole where every businessman use. And if they want him to stop use it, plug the loophole. As simple as that.
Did you use that $916 million loss to avoid paying personal federal income taxes?
Of course I do. Of course I do. And so do all of her donors, or most of her donors. I know many of her donors. Hillary Clinton has friends that want all of these provisions, including they want the carried interest provision, which is very important to Wall Street people, but they really want the carried interest provision. Number one, I pay tremendous numbers of taxes. I absolutely used it, and so did Warren Buffett, and so did George Soros, and so did many of the other people that Hillary is getting money from. Now, I won't mention their names because they're rich, but they're not famous, so we won't make them famous.
But don't tell me I'm not use it when all I know I use it. You see, I want like that find out how to go around the matrix. And that him I do, but he might do it publicly. Because he's such a high profile person now. He might basically what enough people would have considered as the head of matrix.
No.
The commissioner in chief means say.
Yeah.
No, why I say that now? Because I'm positioning now, and because of him, my person. The position being the commissioner in chief.
Yeah, that's so
one of the most powerful countries.
Yeah, the somebody where they are head of matrix.
Yes.
But guess what now? Him did that out the matrix before he even reaching a position.
Before he even
him never reaching a position
like
that. So that right now matrix are recalibrate their moves because they have to do it smart.
You can know that.
You
can know that for type of black people and we always there on inside. We always talk good about
the people them they always are try catching a matrix.
Yes.
So what you know now? Zane, media control. Media control grid. I'm showing you something for a minute. Zane, you have certain name Operation Mockingbird. Zane, that one CIA operation. It sound like not true in a dark glass. I know men in black business we are talking about real something people. Because I know found still not believe in a day look a tree.
We have a CIA video to show them so. If they don't believe we alone, we have evidence to show it's not a joke thing, man.
In early January 1961, 19-year-old Marita Lawrence landed in Havana, Cuba. She had spent the past 6 weeks.
1961. When I just telling about Project Mockingbird,
That's
1963.
That's what I want to play. Because that's when I talk about Kennedy. You see, president before Kennedy, he never liked Castro, you know. Worst sign on that the man did the worst on Kennedy, you know.
Come on, fam.
Weeks back home in New York City, planning the death of a man she had once loved but now hated. He was charismatic. He was powerful. He was also the Prime Minister of Cuba. His name was Fidel Castro. Marita met Fidel on her dad's yacht the previous summer, and it was love at first sight. But 2 months after the whirlwind romance began, Marita got pregnant. Fidel had seemed thrilled at the news, and Marita had never felt so in love. But a few months later, Marita fell mysteriously ill after drinking her morning glass of milk. She blacked out and woke up several hours later in a hospital. The doctor told her she'd miscarried and lost the baby. But every fiber of Marita's being knew that this was a lie. Someone had drugged her milk, and then the doctor had terminated her pregnancy. And Marita was sure Fidel was the one who had given the orders. She felt violated and heartbroken as she fled back home to New York in late 1959.
I literally believe say Fidel do that for you, you know. And the reason why he do that what?
No, why you feel?
The man knows the American like him. Where woman come from? New York City. Which part you go back with the picnic? New York City. The man knows if he terminate the pregnancy right now, the best thing he could ever do, one weakness them go against him.
Oh.
Dog then cannot kill the man. You see going up further in that video.
You see, going up further in the video.
Going up further in that video, you go on that, you don't understand.
And that was when the CIA approached her and convinced her that Fidel was a poison that would contaminate the free world if left unchecked. He had to go. Over the course of his lifetime, the US government made somewhere between 634 and 638 attempts on Castro's life. The Kennedy administration tried to kill him 42 times. Nixon tried 184 times. President Ford banned the CIA from assassination attempts in 1976, but the agency still tried to kill Castro for another 25 years. In fact, President Reagan soon broke the record at 197 attempts. How did the dictator of one small, impoverished island manage to keep escaping death over and over? Was the legend true? Was Castro truly an unkillable man? On November 26, 2016, Fidel Castro lay in bed in his home in Havana. He was 90 years old. He'd been secretly battling Parkinson's for several years, and today he was feeling more tired than usual. He smiled to himself as he remembered a day back in 1992 when one of his officers brought him a stack of declassified CIA documents detailing the hundreds of failed attempts on his life. He and his officers had laughed at some of the more outlandish attempts: poison wetsuits, deadly cigars, exploding seashells. The list went on and on. They joked about it for weeks. Later that day, Fidel Castro died in his sleep. News of his death broke across the world. The unkillable man was finally dead, but the CIA had nothing to do with it.
Oh, yes, she is. You know, I should have said it because you watch the video. Alright, watch it up. Pull up the clip there when I send you last. Pull it up. We not play it yet, you know. I just said it to you. See? Watch it now. I know my mic kind of last with the whole part CIA talking, especially when they believe already from morning. See? But me just want to get to know mine ready for this year.
We have Rastaman followers.
Rastaman followers, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, come and tell them believe they know say.
Yeah.
Let's see a kilo to ganja them.
Oh.
That's the way the operation too.
Yeah, me tell you. They have operation for everything.
Yeah,
artists,
of course.
Me tell you that. See, watch out now. Real life. I'm going to real life. The Jamaica media and the external influence. If you can't remember some people, then we tell you say what election, 80s election, and worst election, and grimiest election, and rare.
Wicked man.
Alright, watch me now. This is what we dig up. Cold War alliances and the 1980 election. See? So Jamaica 1980 general election were historically violent, as me said here. Over 800 persons reportedly killed in political driven conflict. What you might not know is documents reveal say CIA concern about then Prime Minister Michael Manley for PNP is when I say giving in socialist regime and leanings like Castro them. You see me I say while JLP Edward Siaga was seen as more, pro-Western world, aligning with the US interests. So, what then do? Siaga. Manley himself believe say some lower level CIA agents were actively trying to destabilize him, possibly working with JLP operatives. He described the intelligence as...
you can see the remnants of them.
Wow.
The remnants of Cuba, remnants of America. America still there enough for the influence.
Exactly.
The remnants of Cuba is Garvey Maceo, and the next one up there so. Jose Marti.
Yeah. Then, alright. Manley described intelligence as irrefutable, though he stopped short of implicating top US leadership. He never really called no name them part there. But in tell us as I made this unacceptable, man. So what you know, it's show up posse.
He could call no name.
It's show up posse, my friend. I'm try to tell people this all the while, no dog. Say show up posse, I only set of gangsters of Jamaica have.
You actually used to run with the shower posse.
Yeah, that was my. I was a teenager then. I didn't know no better, man. And I used to get like when dudes talk about gangster, I'm like, you don't know gangster. Like the shit I was seeing in high school and what the crew was doing was crazy. I mean, because if you know the history of that, it went from New York to Texas to Miami to Jamaica. It was just like the whole eastern seaboard, And a lot of the members recently just got out of jail, so I've run into some of them in Jamaica and stuff. So it's been cool, seeing them because now they're like, because I was a little kid of the crew, so everybody's like now like. Wow, you done grew up, became somebody famous, Meanwhile, the rest of them did a lot of time. A lot of the guys got like 25, 35 years and stuff. Thank God I didn't get indicted and all of that stuff, so.
Why? Because they under one program, bro. You hear what I say?
They run England for one part. They run enough part.
Chargy.
Them under a program, fam.
The JLP affiliated show up posse gang receive arms.
Yes.
You receive training and transit support from the CIA. Best believe that. You see? One former member even declared, say, the United States made me who I am. All right, so why you think in a 2010 tension flare up again when extradition requests come out for Prezi? In that I do those, you see me? That result in a violent clashes and state of emergency declaration, exposing a political and external force.
I saw them dry mouth, see them where them dry mouth, so you see the blood.
Why they coming to come murder so much innocent youth?
Yeah, give me 2 bucks in my job.
You get box? I don't believe you.
Son right and Andrew carry this out. Two them not get to kill him.
Oh, they get to kill yourself?
Yeah. So true that now them box sorry. Box me.
Oh, they never get to kill him. What happened?
Because me lay down on him and a ball for murder.
You lay down on your son?
Yeah, and a ball for murder. I'm a back door shoot off in a
this?
See the big hole here? See it here? See the hole here?
Oh, me, I wonder, yeah.
Look on the wall.
My God.
Look on the here. Everybody come in here to see how we shot me today.
It was one of the bloodiest events in Jamaica's history.
The police them going yeah, but oh, take out them gun and kill them.
They're under orders to do what the they did.
Pitting security forces against residents of West Kingston in the hunt for drug lord Christopher Didis Coke.
The instruction that we got from Timothy was to just kill, and kill.
I do believe there were extrajudicial killings in Tivoli.
There is nobody down here that we are going to say that we are all innocent. But the point is, the people them, what are dead in. None of them dead in front of their mothers, none of them dead in front of their girlfriend, none of them dead in front of their children, their sister, their brother.
Alright, so the CIA meets the press. Zane, what it was? Operation Mockingbird. It was an alleged Cold War era CIA program aimed at controlling media. It reportedly recruited American journalists and manipulated front groups to spread propaganda. You get what that say?
About 9 p.m., a group of citizens from the Cherry Tree Lane community of Fort Park, Clarendon, were assembled at a car wash playing bingo when a group of men approached and opened fire, killing 8 persons, including an 8-year-old boy and 3 females. 9 persons, including a 1-year and 9-month-old baby, were shot and injured and are at the hospital. It is an unfortunate and brutal incident.
The nation should be assured that we are examining all dimensions of this terror act.
Who did a part of that? When I could tell us of 1 minute, who did a part of that era? We did car tonight.
Oh, the era?
The DJ, one with DJ.
One with DJ?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know who.
Shaggy.
Shaggy?
Yeah.
With her?
In the American military. And when the American military will recruit black people in America, then go around and tell them, because most of black people then time realize that talent get you out of the slum. So they might try explain to the soldier them say, I want to be an artist, you know what I say? And the soldier them tell them say, we have artists in the force as well. You know who is in the force? Bet you don't know.
I don't know. I was probably gonna try to get a little career in music or something.
Career music. Maybe we can get you a career in music, you know, let the Marines go for it. I'm sure you know who Shaggy is, right?
Yeah.
You know anything about him?
Yeah, he the Jamaican
yeah. How about a former Marine?
Oh. Did you know it?
Come on, big artist.
Make you feel. You see that?
Feel say, if him in there.
Yeah.
Why not?
Alright, cause Shaggy them free and alright. But Shaggy them under corporate or
exactly, bro.
Yo,
blue pill man.
So what you know? Zane, so the journalists them manipulate and spread propaganda. That was the task. So what you know? You have one 1975 church committee confirmed secret CIA ties to at least 50 journalists. over 400 US media figures, publishers and analysts alike were implicated in a covert CIA assignment. See, that a Mockingbird, Project Mockingbird. I'll give a separate but related operation called Project Mockingbird now.
Say Hummingbird.
Yeah, man. In 1963, they target two syndicate columnists, Robert S. Allen and Paul J. Scott, with warrantless wiretaps. The aim of to identify source leaking government secrets. The CIA director at the time, John McCone, Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, and Defense Secretary McNamara were reportedly involved in approving this covert surveillance. So, with that I say is a while from JF Kennedy times in Robert Kennedy them times in CIA a wiretap and I put secret listening surveillance in a anything where they can basically catch.
It wasn't just a gang war, it was a CIA operation. What if I told you the bloodshed in Kingston wasn't random, it was part of a Cold War strategy? In the 1970s, Prime Minister Michael Manley threatened the balance. He wanted Jamaica to break free from U.S. influence, nationalize the economy, align with Cuba, chart its own course. To the U.S. government, that was dangerous. Too close to communism, too bold, too black. So the CIA got involved, covertly. They funded Edward Ciega's JLP. They spread propaganda through friendly Jamaican newspapers. They poured resources into community projects in garrison areas. And the worst part? They armed rival political gangs, turning neighborhoods into battlegrounds. By 1980, the country had over 800 politically linked murders, the most violent election in Jamaica's history. Manley lost. Ciega, America's pick, took power. And the violence? It didn't end. It evolved. The U.S. didn't invade with troops. They used influence, money, and chaos. So when people talk about Jamaica's crime problems, ask, who lit the match? This wasn't just politics. It was sabotage.
And the president sign off on that. So what make Uno feel like in a demi time, yeah? They know, just upgrade that. And tell Uno say, yeah man, a good man, we tap to that man, that wrong for real and shame on us.
The former Prime Minister of Jamaica, Bruce Golding, testified earlier this year in 2015 that he made a request for U.S. surveillance help on May 25th, and he only learned about a U.S. surveillance plane on May 24th from your article. Let's listen to a clip of what he had to say.
From his reporting, a plane was in place on Monday the 24th. My request through the U.S. Charge of Affairs was made on the afternoon of Tuesday the 25th.
You're a New Yorker journalist. Why did you even think about doing this story on Tivoli?
I just visited Jamaica for fun in 2010. And then I just met people there on the street who told me what happened during the extradition. And what they told me was so different from what had been printed in the news that I figured if a tenth of what they were saying was true, then I really needed to look into it and dig further.
What does it say to you that there was a request by him on the 25th, and yet previous to his request, there was already a plane in the air on the 24th?
You would imagine that someone from the Jamaican government or the Jamaican military would be aware, but who exactly was informed? One thing we do know is that there was a facility on the ground in Jamaica while the incursion was happening, carrying information from the Department of Homeland Security plane to this center and then passing it on to the ground while this operation was taking place, during the time which more than 70 people were killed. So it's very hard for me to look at this picture and see how the United States does not have some complicity and even some degree of arguably direct involvement in these deaths.
On May 21, Lloyd Moss from the U.S. government wrote in an email, a major assault appears unlikely before Tuesday. Now, Tuesday would have been May 25th. The incursion was May 24th. But writing on May 21, he says a major assault appears unlikely before Tuesday. However, there is always the risk that members of the JCF and JDF might come under fire while probing the barricades, which might lead to large-scale action. Matt, to me, this says the United States government knew there was going to be a major assault.
It's clear that on May 21, a major assault on Tivoli Gardens was on the horizon of U.S. Embassy security staff as a significant possibility for how this might unfold.
If the United States was in fact complicit, your words, I ask, what can the residents of West Kingston do in an instance like this? Should they be bringing a case against the United States government for their losses of life?
You would need to talk to, I think, a human rights lawyer to know the answer to that.
On the point of the U.S.'s complicity, sections of documents that you asked for have been redacted. What role should be played by whether it's local journalists, the Jamaican government, civil society in Jamaica, or even the residents of West Kingston when it comes to trying to get a fuller picture of what exactly happened on the ground between the United States government working alongside the Jamaican government?
The Commission of Inquiry has been charged with getting to the bottom of this. They need to ask Parliament and ask the government of Jamaica and ask the Prime Minister to formally request that the United States turn over all of the documents and all of the intelligence and all of the other material that they have regarding this massacre and the Coke extradition. If they fail to do that, it's hard for me to see how they can dispense with their obligations in full.
Then label it and kill on in the news. You have one side of people who are telling us say, yo, a law and order. Next side I tell us say a political betrayal. While what? America try pressure Jamaica and make one move. And now we have your gang leader because we build your gang leader. So what we're going to do now, I just show you where so watch they have one terrible gang leader where do all of them same thing. You see what me I say? Yeah, man. So watch you know, extradite him. No, extradite him because do this actually I do the same thing yeah, and it a benefit over in a few term. You see me? In a few land yeah. You see me I say but while no, young man them and the young woman them where Sir P call what? I said 118 and they sitting there 87 and they sitting there. Only just go take up guns for them sitting there. He top than them, real than them. I link with the top man them, the top dollars in a big suit. I saw you go in a movies, I saw you go in a reality. At that time Matrix only know that. So whenever you hear Gage say yo, yeah and done if your son and the dance son apart. Film, I got college and for you I wash car. I Matrix man. You see what I say? So at that one for do this in a day time there. You see what I say? So no listen to the bag of conspiracy, facts them we are telling about, bro. You see me? So nobody making media mislead, you know, cause if you never notice media when they sign over policies, some whole heap of policies. Right now, cartel, they might try push cartel alkaline massacre and then people
Remember, did identify say Matrix did it at some point. And that's why I put on wig and I try escape.
I try ditch place, Bridging can know what go on.
And if people understand and I escape, I try escape, you know. I try go towards in punishment, you know. Remember say Jamaica can't charge him. Jamaica can't charge him, right? So I like hide from Jamaica. So where I put on wig and hide for.
Bro, listen me man. You don't have to understand.
The man know what they doing daddy. So
yeah, we kill her, bro. At that I part of Matrix so we know about.
Bro, if I see daddy I do those you picture do those daddy.
After I'm born.
If you go you don't know.
After I'm born.
Yeah. You don't know because you never go
you
in.
Picture.
You never go in on a Jamaican cell. But not in the it burn.
Yeah.
Daddy police them not give you nothing. And you have to carry 2 cardboard going there. And 2 clothes to lie down pan. A big concrete in there. So what in the bun up? Tell me. I don't like foreign, because I know when some people see some people go to have picture say what you know. Man go to have to bunk bed man and say, you know. And you have to buy a sponge. Anything you lie down pan. And if you buy a sponge and I want wholesale sponge, right? A man burn till him black out you.
Bro, me hear about it, man. Me hear about it.
And anybody who see the picture, you could really believe say a fire catch up and a man cell burn him so.
You know who believe? The people where media tell.
I see we get caught in a Matrix better than people take a blue pill.
The people where TVJ tell and from TVJ say it and CVM can tell with 8 o'clock.
Yeah. But a whole heap of, a whole heap of people stop take the pill there, me I tell you, because that's why YouTube gets so popular, you know.
People now. But then
some people like,
they not top them
there's some people like Popeye.
No, on top them top take a pill.
No, when me say them a jaw away from it then.
No, you think so. You think so, but what you gonna they not use the other platform them for research. None of them sitting there, know their history and they sitting there.
And I really joke them unless you feel
entertainment.
Yeah,
exactly. So where lead that matrix though? Spread it to YouTube and then sitting there too. If you go check any Jamaican YouTube, them show you say Nisha just dead or Annie have one baby.
Because you know why me
some boy Jaden
something. That so quick. Then a YouTube channel them now call it to actions, you know.
No call to action, bro.
Leave.
You hear me I say?
Matrix, you know. You just
exactly.
It, you know. So you just go to basically watch people business and anything there.
And that Jamaica push. As me said to the dog while cartel and everything. Every time you see one war hype up in the media, best believe a politician them a hype the war too. Them a tell RJR, them a tell Irie, them a tell everybody cause them control it. Joe Bogdanovich control over 50% of media radio station.
You only have a police force. You only have a police force and a soldier in force. Then if you have violence, you know, you have violence in a country. You understand? I hear me now. At the moment, we don't really have no type of violence with soldier them. You wanna have work when they really get out of what time, you know.
Bro,
the soldier them not get no work, you know.
People. When you use the media platform them for research something sensible. Don't make them catch on in a matrix and showing to be a foolishness every day and that you know they are so caught up with while them are raise you know IMF bill them are put in some little things, some little laws just a pass. Oh you know see it. Cause you the too busy a worry about cartel afraid of alkaline afraid of massacre afraid of.
Yeah man, alright, you see if blame when I problem parade, we're gonna share one thing in our description to say.
Yeah.
But just look on a little while, what them call it Freedom of Information Act, electronic reading room. Somebody did request for that document from the CIA. That one in Jamaica. I said it titled Jamaica Process in Marijuana Control. That's when the CIA did a program with ganja.
Yeah.
So where Rastaman used to say for a long time, say CIA them target the weed. No people used to not believe it.
Police in helicopter.
A serious thing, man.
Yeah, man. Alright. Make we go in come here they say about Nixon. Or then chain your pocket.
Yeah.
In a economic programming. Then first of all, the president I think of him there before blow Kennedy for real, you know. Nixon. Before, no, after. Because this is 1971. This a man when name Nixon forward in a power and go so boop so gold standard done. Him man tap time money to real value a gold, one solid object. Then so now money just become magic.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
No,
we just gonna make more.
It's magic, right? Me and you put a value upon it, you know.
Yeah.
And me and you consider, well, no, me and you alone, you know. But we as the people, them consider, say, US value 150 Jamaican dollar right now, you know. And still I consider it that, you know. If you just wake up tomorrow and tell yourself, say, yeah, say, this is what I have no pocket in a value, no. You serious in a value, you know.
Bro, listen, man.
It's still a value, because you why majority still
a give value. At the trick that.
The majority still a give value, yeah.
You see me, the western side of the world, half, you know, side of the world, where US have main control.
That's why they killed Gaddafi.
Bro,
Gaddafi.
Where did that Gaddafi man?
Gaddafi plan was to use fee money,
Libya.
Silver, money itself, and make out a gold.
I mean, that is the land of unconfirmed reports. We came, we saw, he died.
That was former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's reaction following the capture and brutal murder of Libyan President Muammar Gaddafi. Everyone was convinced that it was all about currency, specifically Gaddafi's plan to introduce the gold dinar, a single African currency made from gold that would eventually replace the US dollar when trading with Africa.
Did you know how evil Gaddafi was? When Muammar Gaddafi was the leader of Libya, life there was very different from what we see today. People didn't have to pay for electricity, it was completely free. There were no interest charges on loans, and owning a home was considered a basic human right. Education and healthcare, both were free for everyone. If someone wanted to buy a car, the government covered half the cost. Unemployed citizens received financial support, and newly married couples were gifted $50,000 along with a home. Gasoline was incredibly cheap, just 0.04 per liter. Plus, every new mother was given $3,000 for her baby. With so many benefits for the people, why was he removed from power and killed? Some call him a dictator, while others say he was protecting his country from outside control.
We were the ones that caused Gaddafi's death because Hillary Clinton played a game over there, and I was the one that went over there during the war. Gaddafi asked me to come over. I took a Biden staffer and a Bush staffer and a film crew leader from ABC One in New York, Larry Menti, with me, and a cameraman, because I didn't want the CIA to set me up. I hand-carried the letter back from Gaddafi offering to resign. The U.S. didn't want him to resign. They wanted to kill him.
Why?
Because Gaddafi, and I met him 3 times. I took Biden on my second trip to Libya, by the way. He went with me when I spoke to the whole country. At every meeting I had with Gaddafi, he wanted 2 things. He wanted to unite the African continent into a group of nations economically, like like the European economy. He wanted to base it on the gold standard. And the U.S. and Europe didn't want that. And the other thing is they wanted control of his oil, and they wanted control of his sovereign wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
gold kind, man.
Gold
Yeah.
Bill.
So, all right, picture this then, people. If you get a $5, Jamaica $5, the one there with the lighter is the most lighter in weight than a $10. So it mark $10 upon it, you know. So it's heavier than a $5 one. So that's the amount of gold you get. So that make your money have value right through. Nobody could devalue it because gold never really drop price, you know.
Yo, alright, what you going on now?
It drop price.
You see, as a result, I then take with the gold business, and money just become straight paper, as we say. Then, a succums we end up take one loan from IMF in 1977.
So we can get it too.
Then,
and them then give you them gold.
They give you them gold. Like gold reserves are mad. So what you know now? What you know now? We get the loan in 1977, you know, for structural adjustment. We then tell we do. We have to slash some social programs. So what you know? We have to stop burn out Batty Boy and some thing. You know what me I say?
But we fight against the weed man them. Every police need to know say every look you them book on the road, we want to split flat them up.
Yeah, man.
So the police them use have one quota for that in a dog.
And them the police them in the matrix today, they don't know say that really are going.
You see,
they also feel like
it's
the right thing.
Yeah, they don't know say what you know. You don't know say my economy may mash up. Cause where you see family, where youth you come from.
Yeah.
Where I mess up film career, right? Cause then caught in the matrix already, you know. So film plan is to go work and go to school and make money, you know. But he will get derailed from doing that the moment you lock him up and he have a weed charge. So right now when they legalize weed, you know, me I wonder if not legalize, decriminalize weed. Me I wonder if some youth still have the weed charge on them.
Yo.
Not talk about the smoking one, not the dealing one. Cause dealing one different, you know. The man still get charged for dealing said way. But a smoking charge is supposed to be
a good question still. That's one good question for people them look into. Cause all man they are jail for weed for real.
Of course. For smoking charge.
Yeah, man.
The police just tell himself say boy you smoke weed or the pan.
So what you know now? IMF loan them come with some policy change, so fine print. You see what I say? And that reshape how a country run. Same thing you look at people them when they call it funny people them what they when they name where Elon Musk mash up then look at man USAID.
Yeah, USAID.
Yeah, same thing that forward after. So what you know? And then they forward you know and tell us what you know take bank loan. Then money with them create out of 10 years, you know, where you have to work real hard and real years to pay back.
You have to donate basically real time of your life.
Virgin.
You're good at donate limbs too. Because enough man work all of some sawmill and cut off the hand. Cut off the hand, enough man drive vehicle and dead. So you got to donate your life.
Alright,
just to try paying for something where a man just start off out of 10 years and get piece of paper. Print something funny until you say value $500.
This is value. We have to print it. This is value.
Yeah.
See, But at the end of the day, you're a slave for whole time too.
Then what's on a man? Majority agree that, you know, dog. If majority agree, you know, that, bro. And when majority agree in a role of that work, you know.
At that, I think.
Majority agree, say killing someone is an offense, you know. White work, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back then, Wild West, right?
And a majority.
Yeah?
And a majority.
And a majority, what?
And a majority.
What?
If we really believe in Matrix, like how we are telling people have to believe in Matrix, see? Make we say a 5-man start this.
No, but well, I know about start it. No about start it, me at all. Believe in how them start.
No, but what me I say is, if me say this and say this a lot,
yeah,
Zane, I'm gonna pitch out this now to my followers them.
Yeah. But so if you don't believe says a lot, right? If you don't believe says a lot, what you do? You find ways to go around it, right?
To go around it.
Yeah, like for example, when them say in America, when them say you have to have one type of license plate for your vehicle. I see some video over there.
Alright, if you go around it, will kill you. If you go around it,
we do it.
What me I say is, if you go around it,
yeah,
we kill you. Where you in next 4 way? See, say this man a try.
I go work with it. I agree with
it.
Comply. Oh, so we are say I know. We are saying I believe it. I just comply. We are comply.
Comply.
Okay, so well me consider that as believe it.
No, if first set did I comply. We know just a believe because we not that etch in a history. That we history where we was told.
Naturally.
You see me, but the first set
of compliance man. You believe.
Comply are dead. That them get the immediate corporate or slaughter rate. They don't get no letter. They get the immediate call to action. Yo, is either you hear when me say, I'm them getting my highway or my way part. My way or highway part. Zane. So what you know, this is a fact if you don't believe me still. This is a look a piece of facts. Jamaica debt in 1985 was US $4.4 billion. Zane, and that we take a loan in 1977 in a charges.
I think we reached trillion on that time.
Listen me no man. Over 150% of GDP at the time that, you know, Zane, and that I come from BOJ archives, you know, so that's a fact, you know. You see, even in the 2020s, over 50% of tax revenue still I got to debt repayment, not development, you know. That's why our country now going further, you know. Bro, you see what I say, so understand the same thing in Matrix. But here I go on. Me now go tell you all you look sitting them in
so well I know. So wait no. So well I know. Can remember when I talk about what here. You realize now when I say when I did that tie the business thing. We'd say that's why no black man never really did it. The people them never get the chance to leave the Matrix because they don't comply.
Yeah.
Cause watch this. With 80 they not comply, you know. Think about it why 80 can better. 80 cannot get the loan when them we are getting now. And they not get the loan them, right?
Yeah.
What else now go there? For example, Toyota now go there. And Toyota now come from America. But BMW now go there. None of the company them now go there.
Work with
America. Then get revenue.
Exactly.
You see it? So eventually, it's still tied to the business people them where them are comply with the thing. So when not comply, then those cannot deal with it, you know.
Watch out, people. That are basically two frame and Matrix. As we go further, because we're not trying to make the video too long. It would have been 6 hours if we have to tell you everything. For really waking up. It would have been Matrix Part 1, 2, and 3, like and trilogy, like a movie.
It's just for sure. It's just for sure people
so it come from history, come up to this present day. And if you don't believe me in this present day.
It might subtle now.
Yeah.
But it's still happening, bro. And here why now. You see man
it happened worse.
Yeah, you see youth them way. You see youth them way.
The generation
you see youth them way seriously caught. If you know how we put it in a nowadays age. Youth them way seriously caught. Oh, that's how youth like one prime example. Pops YG. When we get up and go buy one BMW at one age when you can't really drive it.
Yeah.
You understand? And he literally are putting in a one date as the moment he buy and you know understand. See? So he might have tell himself, say, if it mash
perfect
up.
Example.
If it mash up, low it and get the next one. But it put you in a position where you cannot develop generational wealth, bro.
Nah,
you not have generational wealth. That's when you dead, your wealth dead basically, you know. Cause you're gonna leave your youth with maybe one house over head or one whatever. If that happen.
Tell you what that
get me I say one little money in your pocket or whatever. But you know what is the Rothschilds them. You know when a man left in family with business structures.
Alright.
When I talk about say you're born and earn. The day you're born, you earn money instead of you're born in a one debt. We in a Jamaica born in a debt. The Rothschilds them born in a wealth, them born a earn. It means if a Rothschild born today. You know how rich?
Yeah, man. He's still a part of one thing about to divide the family money by one little bit more.
That's all. Him would have been one far out cousin.
Yeah, man.
Where you see just one next couple 20-30 years, him the head of business.
So listen me now, Zane. You see that way that I got talk about. Alright, man, show you some of my bullet them. Remember when Neo said so. And that you bullet them. I showed you some of my nowadays bullet them. Zane. That way that I got talk about forward and the mental and social bullet them. I want flex culture. Is what me I say.
Exactly.
Peer pressure that.
Yeah, man.
It is like it push you to spend what you don't have, bro.
Yeah.
Instead of like what Ijia say, create generational wealth. I see my dog send one Louis V bag what there 2,250 US. See? And me I say to him, say dog, what you mean? Me see that there, you know. And the dog I say, look what it in, look at the quality. I might go buy one frog skin bag for $30.
Exactly.
See? I buy better than this. And I say, yeah, dog, but look on the 2,000 US there, no. Use it and buy one machine and build some local shirt and print them, no. Print be a local slang and then sit up on the shirt and just sell them cheap. No.
Hey.
Zane. And turn some money off of the 250 there where you got 2,250 there where you use by one.
That's how we know me different. That's how I say that. But me a youth and Spangy does a boss.
Yeah.
But then call straight jeans.
Yeah.
See? Me look for say every day me have to get up by one new jeans and carry go to Greg. I'm going to pay Greg 250 or 350. You know me do tell my daddy say watch out Canada in there. You know what me want from foreign that year there? One sewing machine. That's all. You know what that alone more and what them me get. I think a 3. But daddy can't come. I can't understand why me want a sewing machine.
Yeah.
No, you not ask that.
They just like all type of
Brother,
sewing machine.
I fix every pants. They fix my pants, my friend them pants. They Greg now see me again. Where? I saw me believe say youth supposed to pray.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dog.
So peer pressure, I wanna it's social and mental bullet them. Mental slavery where you still a measure success. Like a 2025 people still a measure success by foreign standards.
Yeah, man.
When not say foreign people in a sense, bro. In a real life.
People still a measure education by the big words them we use.
Bro,
I'll tell you that.
You have a drama in a media where social media mix up and distract people from real opportunities. Let me give you a prime example. May 2025, government stop give out $3 million grant for just start up ideas of business. You don't need to register, you don't need to do nothing, you know, brother. You just want to know, say, yo, you have one start one business.
You have one business idea, you can pencil it out.
I say that to somebody what they and them say, and them cost me about Andrew and them say, hey. So how you need take you, how you need no one rate them? I say, Virgin, you know, you have a government office them. We are not idiot in Jamaica. You know corruption there. Zane, if me get $5 million for issue amongst people, Zane, stay with me now, no, not true maths. Me get $5 million for issue amongst people, and me not tell nobody. Me do my due diligence and put the paperwork in our offices like we are supposed to do. You see me I say, and we have some people where they're in the office where they have some family where they push through a system and we give them $1 million out of it. Say after 100 people, $1 million we give out of it. The next $4 million I go back in a full pocket. So why you think we are going to walk with speakerphone and say, yes, we are giving away $3 million look? Be real. Zed, but we are going. No, we don't go up there, go read. We sit down in the office for a signature from a politician and we would even take out one pamphlet them. And realize, all right, free work, free job training and this thing. You know what I say, bro? So at that I tell you, but on mix up, on caught in the media and mix up and not see real opportunity them, on not see things them where people them try slip in some laws where just all pass and don't even know so them laws they pass. Is what I say, because why people them fully media with propaganda that they do. Zane news a year say yo, all 3 somebody dead over this and one house burned down. Good as them burn clothes and skirts. But as I say, I not tell you, if you take up gun and run, go on land, burn or fight the system, you know.
No.
The corporate or slavery.
Let me tell you
about the system.
Let me tell you, I look on the system for a long time. You work with the system to get the opportunities them.
876 critical thinking. Big up yourself. And big up modesty. Break it.